Hi, I'm Sharon Dooley, sports massage therapist and yoga teacher. I'm going to take you through some exercises that will help to mobilise the muscles on the back of your body through your back, which hopefully when you're running, you'll then find you have a little bit more freedom through those muscles to move your arms and release any tension that you might have built up through running or just through day to day. So just starting in a comfortable sitting or standing position and just gently rolling your shoulders. Just get a sense of your breathing. So maybe inhaling as you're lifting up and back and exhaling as you're allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears. And just allowing the movement, accepting any tension you have, but allowing the movement to feel fluid. And then rolling forwards. And this is quite a nice one to do if you've got a desk job, just periodically throughout the day, taking breaks. And then coming on to all fours. If you're sitting on a chair, you can do this as well. Sitting, I'll show you both versions. So bringing your awareness onto the back of your body and your hips, and just lining yourself up so your hands are roughly under your shoulders, but you're not feeling any excess pressure through knees, hips. Everything feels fairly equal. You're just aware that your hands and knees are on the floor. And then just getting a sense as you're breathing in and out that there's some movement going on in the back of your body. And then gently starting your hips, just starting to gently curl your spine up towards the ceiling like an angry cat. Allow your chin to curl in towards your chest. And then lengthening through your hips, tilting your hips up towards the ceiling, gently allowing your spine to lengthen towards the floor. Keep your arms straight. There's no need to lift your head up. You want to keep your neck in line with your spine, so depending on how much mobility you've got will depend on whether you end up looking up. That's not the aim. The aim is just to create some mobility through your thoracic spine, which is kind of between your shoulders and lower ribs. If I crank my head up to look up, that's going to, for me, create a lot of tension here, which is not what I'm looking to do. So for me, it's better to keep my head in this position and focus on the muscles through my shoulder blades, allowing them to loosen. It is quite subtle movements. And then if you were sat on a chair, that's going to look more like that. And you can do this cross-legged or kneeling or sat on a chair. And you're just gently twisting, and think of belly button. Everything above the belly button is twisting, so your hips stay straight. And you can take one hand onto your knee, one hand just behind your hips, and then not curling your shoulders forward, keeping some width across your shoulders. Gently, if I think of moving this shoulder back and this shoulder forwards, I'm twisting above my belly button, and then just exploring through my breath, noticing that my body's naturally wanting to move with my breathing. coming back to the centre and then twisting the other way. It's almost like a spiral effect. You can also take your hands onto your ribs, so you could gently move, feel like you're moving these ribs back and these ribs forwards. Again, noticing your breathing. You'll notice your ribs expanding as you're breathing in. And then coming to lying on your back. Just gently hugging the knees in towards your chest. If your hips are particularly tight, this might pinch a little. You might find your knees are out here. Just really squeezing your knees in, and then you can draw circles with your knees. You can rock gently from side to side. So there's just some ideas for helping to mobilise. Just helping really, I find, as you start to focus on your breathing and just accepting that your body will move as you breathe, allowing and noticing those movements, that in itself can be quite calming for your nervous system. And that's really what you're looking with the mobilising or stretching, is just calming your nervous system so that the muscles can relax back to their normal anatomical length. Get some recovery ready for when you go to use them again. If you're sat all day in the same position, the muscles holding you in that position are going to get fatigued and tired. And just changing position periodically, recommended generally about every 20 minutes. Just changing even for a minute or so, or even 30 seconds, gives those muscles a little break so that they're not hanging on for dear life and you're feeling tension, not able to move when you go to get up from your desk, which unfortunately as we get older, most of us have to admit that becomes harder. So just by changing that movement and noticing breath, allowing yourself to relax, it can help you in the long run. When you then go to move, go to do your run, you've got more mobility, you feel like you've got more freedom in your joints and everything's flowing a little bit freer. And it doesn't have to be long, it can be just 5-10 minutes, morning and evening, that can just be all you need just to get those benefits. Enjoy.